Hello and welcome from Gulberg Gymkhana. It's match number 3 of DONGJIN presents Shaikhani Super League Season 4 presented by Trip Planners Travels and Tours. And CUISINE taking on DONGJIN here today in the third match of the tournament. It's the first match for CUISINE and they have got up to a very decent start. 53 for no loss. We are still into the last over of the batting power play. DONGJIN are playing their second match of the tournament after getting the victory in the first one against Pare Kings. Bowled very well when they bundle out the opposition on 144, but it's a different opposition today. NJS obviously being the defending champions of Shaikhani Super League, as they won it comfortably last time around when they were comfortably unbeaten throughout the tournament. And even today, in fact in this edition as well, they've assembled a very strong squad. The captain Saqib Ikhlas and Saif Chaudhary have come out to open the innings, as you can expect. And when Saif Chaudhary is out there in the middle, then you can expect quick runs for his team. Gets it in the gap. Just plays that one on the offside. Saif Chaudhary, no use of the strength, but all timing on that stroke, as he ensures that he gets another boundary on the offside. Well, he was looking for that big shot on the leg side, but his protection out there at deep mid wicket. Not even been 24 hours where we saw Saif Chaudhary scoring a half century here yesterday. Obviously, what was different tournament against a different opposition, but he's up against a very decent squad of DONGJIN team. It's a leading edge chance for the fielder, but the ball just goes over the bowler. Hey, is he a little disappointed with that stroke? Saqib Ikhlas, he knew that he just closed the face of the bat a little too early, and that ball could have gone anywhere. Could have gone straight back to the bowler, but luckily he survives. So the batting power play is done, and CUISINE are almost going at 10 and over. They have 59 for no loss. Pulls that away, does Saif Chaudhary in fact, but it goes straight to the fielder at long gone. Well, the batting power play is done, but you can expect Saif Chaudhary to play in a similar way as he did in the first 6 overs. Doesn't like to face a lot of deliveries. In fact, he just deals in boundaries early on in his innings and likes to get a big score as well, Saif. He's in decent form, as we mentioned. Just yesterday, he got a half century in the other tournament. Slaps that one, does the skipper, gets it past long off. Brilliant effort in the field. Saved a certain boundary there for his team, but couple of runs taken by NJS. That was a really good stroke from the skipper, Saqib Ikhlas. He thought it's going to go all the way for 4. So did his partner. That's why they ran the first one not that quickly, but as soon as they realized the fielder had just pulled the ball back, they then return for that second run. Went for that big swing. It missed the bat, the stumps, and the keeper too. Didn't really bounce a great deal. The wicketkeeper had to dive to his left. Couldn't get his gloves behind it. And NJS got a fortunate boundary down towards fine leg. It's going to be given as a bye by the on-field umpire, but they all count. And they make sure that they keep the scoreboard moving. Zia bowled pretty decently the other day against Pare Kings, where he got a couple of wickets. Helped his team to restrict the opposition to just 144, which they were able to chase down very easily in the end. He's looking very confident now, Saqib Ikhlas. He's not afraid of exposing his stumps and back away from the line of leg stump. Struck a beautiful stroke earlier in this over. Unfortunately, that didn't go past the boundary ropes because of the wonderful effort from that fielder at long off. But he's supporting Saif Chaudhary pretty well, making sure that he also keeps on regularly getting runs at the other end. Comes down the pitch. Lofts that one, but chance for the fielder. In fact, it goes over the head. Well, for a moment, the bowler, the batter, as well as that fielder, a deep square leg, might have thought that it might come down straight towards his hands, but in the end, the ball just kept going over his head. He's not afraid of playing big strokes, Saif Chaudhary, regardless of the fact that the batting power play is done and dusted, and there are 5 fielders outside the inner ring. He always backs his strength, his ability, and once again, it's paying off. 45 of 21 balls. I'm pretty sure he's going to look to reach his personal milestone with a big hit. Gets it over point. In the gap she goes, and away for boundary. The ball goes as well. It's not an easy stroke to execute, especially when the ball is that fuller in length. And to get it over the fielder at point with that sort of timing, very few batters can do that, and Saif Chaudhary is definitely one of them. 6 and a boundary it is to end the over. The boundaries continues to flow for NJS Cuisine. 7 overs done. They are 77 for none. Time for a change in the bowling attack after the drinks break. It's the left arm spinner Tahir to start his spell. That will surely be given as a wide, but it was well outside the off stump, and Saqib did the right thing by not offering any stroke. And he's just looping those deliveries, asking Saqib to go for the big one. I'm pretty sure he's not going to do that same mistake against Saif Chaudhary, because if he does that, it's only one way the ball is going to go, and that is over the boundary ropes. Forget about the direction, forget about the hit. Saif Chaudhary likes dealing in boundaries and sixes. He's batting on 49 currently. It's something that we're going to keep on witnessing as the match progresses, because whenever the ball is going to be played in the outfield, it's going to get wet, and the bowlers will use that towel to dry it. So far, the bowlers have found it difficult to maintain their line and length, and this has been one of the main reasons. It's the dew factor, and it's only going to get worse as the match progresses. Saif Chaudhary just places that one on the offside, gets another single, and gets to his half century as well. 50 of 23 deliveries for Saif Chaudhary. He's not willing to celebrate right now because he knows that his job is not done yet. He's eyeing a big score here today. The skipper just attempting a big stroke, but getting beaten by the lack of pace. Just Saqib. He likes pace on the ball, that's for sure. I think the best way to bowl on this pitch is to take the pace off. But sometimes, if you're going to bowl that slower through the air, you can end up paying the price for it as well. Now, Saif Chaudhary, since he has gone past his half century, I'm pretty sure he'll continue the way he has batted so far. Gives himself room, gets it over extra cover, does Saif Chaudhary. What an extraordinary stroke that was. Well, we saw that, we told you that this plan might not work against someone like Saif Chaudhary because he has got all shots in his book. Once again, flighting it up outside the off stump, using his hands, beautiful swing of the bat, and getting it over extra cover for yet another 6. 10 runs coming in that over. It's 87 for none. Into his second over now, Majid. Scoring at almost 11 and over, NJS CUISINE, and with this rate, they can go well past 180, 190, which will be is something that they must have thought about even before the start of this game. You always get to see two fielders standing very deep on the leg side for the two right-handers. Now Saif Chaudhary batting on 56. Definitely has got his eye in for a big score. Dongjin's fast bowler bowled exceptionally well against Pare Kings, but Just really couldn't replicate that performance here today. It's got a high back lift, and you can expect the big shot coming on almost every delivery from Saif Chaudhary, but he just places that one on the leg side. Couldn't really find the gap. We've got someone like Saif Chaudhary who likes to go big on almost every delivery, and a calm and composed batter at the other end like Shakib Ikhlas gives himself room, slaps it past the bowler. Long off, will he be able to pull this back? He doesn't. He gives himself room, just Saif Chaudhary, and the bowler did the right thing by not even attempting to go for the catch because it was hit that hard by the right-hander. It was short, it was just a little outside the off. He created that room for himself, and look at that bowler. Just got himself away from the line of that stroke, otherwise that would have hit him. He's made sure that he has got at least a boundary every over, Saif Chaudhary, and because of that, the run rate has always been above 10 and over for NJS CUISINE. Nicely flicked away by the skipper. He'll pick up that single and will retain the strike. 7 runs in that over from Majid. It's 94 for none after 9. Into his second over now, the left arm spinner Tahir. Once again, just bowling it slower through the air. And I think he has realized that there is no turn whatsoever on this pitch, so he's not going to look to bowl quicker. Just keeping it outside the off stump and inviting the batter to commit a mistake. He'll try to bell that one on the leg side, but we'll just get a run towards long on. It's good that you've got boundaries coming from one end and Shakib Ikhlas rotating the strike from the other. It's like the combination of ice and fire out there in the middle for NJS CUISINE. Gives himself room, places that one on the offside, does Saif. Well, he was looking to repeat that stroke, which he did in the last ball of the previous over, but then the bowler just pulled his back ever so slightly, and he decided to stay on the back foot, cut that one past the fielder at point, and it raced away for 4. It was in the air for a bit of time, but he struck it beautifully in the end. He was attempting another stroke there on the offside, but this time the ball goes straight to the skipper. Just waiting for that time when Saif Chaudhary decides to use his feet and hits it over the bowler's head, because he can afford to do that because there is absolutely no pace on the ball whatsoever. He does that, goes over cover, and that goes all the way for 6 as well. 100 comes up for NJS CUISINE with another towering 6 on the offside. He's got beautiful hands, does Saif Chaudhary, and he uses them to good effect. Couple of 6s over extra cover, both against the same bowler. And he has now raced away to 71 of 30 balls. Wow, what a stroke that is. It's in the air once again. It's going to just go past that fielder. In fact, the ball just slowed down a bit. And they got that single. I think he wanted to be on strike at the start of next over, Saif Chaudhary. That's why they just decided to go for a single. A pretty decent over once again. 12 coming off it. It's 106 for no loss after 10 overs. Done for 40 in his couple of overs, Majid. Comes down the pitch and hits that one over the side screen. In fact, the ball has crashed onto the nets. Well, he used his speed in the previous over as well. Got it over extra cover. This time goes over long gone, does Saif. He's got all variety of strokes, does Saif Chaudhary. And unfortunately for the bowling side, all of them just go all the way for 6. Playing a gem of a knock here tonight, Saif Chaudhary, and his partner, the skipper, Saqib Ikhlas, has got the best seat in the house. Watching all the action from the other end where Saif just punishes every other bowler. And since he has gone that far, Saif Chaudhary, his eyes will be on that big score, that century that he can still get. He's got all the time in the world. I mean, they've got 9 more overs after this one. So if he stays out there in the middle, you never know, he can get a big score for himself. Well, there is no one at fine leg. The ball might slow down, but it will still roll past the boundary ropes. 4 given by the on-field umpire, so he got a bit of bat behind it, Saif Chaudhary. So even the luck is not favoring the bowling side. He's got his hand on his head, Majid. Just getting a bit of an inside edge on that occasion. Saif Chaudhary, that was very close to the leg stump as well, but luckily for him, there was no one at fine leg and it just rolled past the boundary rope. So he moves on to 82 now, Saif Chaudhary. Comes down the pitch, hits it over the bowler's head. And once again, the ball might take a bit of time to be retrieved back. It's an extraordinary innings from Saif Chaudhary. He's enjoying his time out there in the middle. So are the other batters in the dugout. This has been a marvelous knock by the right-hander. He hasn't really given any opportunity so far for DONGJIN, who were thinking that they might be able to restrict the opposition on a modest total once again today, but it's been a completely different story so far. 6, 4 and a 6. Cuts that one, a bit of a misfield. They'll just pick up that single, and out of courtesy he'll give the strike back to the skipper. Well, I'm pretty sure he's not in a mood to do it right now because he wants to reach that personal milestone as early as possible, Saif Chaudhary, but got to respect your skipper as well, especially when you're batting with him at the other end. Nicely flicked away by the skipper. He's running the first one hard, but I just get the feeling, yep, even before we started realizing it, the ball had already gone past the boundary. It was good timing by the skipper. Have a look at that slidish flick there by the skipper. Went well behind square. No chance for the square leg fielder to cut that one off. But what an over this is turning out to be. 21 already with a ball to go. And that looks straight, and the finger is raised. Finally, Majid has been able to draw first blood. He has broken the opening partnership between Saqib Ikhlas and Saif Chaudhary. It was a straighter delivery. He was looking to play across the line just like the way he did in the previous ball. This time the ball just hitting the pads, and the umpire raised his finger. So 21 runs and a wicket of the over. Saqib Ikhlas walks back, but not after he provided a wonderful support to Saif Chaudhary at the other end. 28 he scored tonight while opening the innings. It's 127 for 1. So it took them 11 overs to pick up the first wicket of NJS CUISINE. Slightly uppish, but will just get a single towards extra cover. That's Saif Chaudhary. Abdul Basit Zaki has come out to bat at number 3, the wicketkeeper batter for NJS CUISINE. Another strong right-handed batter who loves to play at the top of the order. Can bat at number 3, he can open the innings. Two fielders out there in the deep. He's running the first hard. He wanted to come back for the second as well, but Saif Chaudhary, who wanted to stay on strike. He's into the 90s now, Saif Chaudhary. A 6 and a 4 or a couple of big hits will get him past that magical 3-figure mark. Tailing into the right hander, might be given his leg byes this time. Well, in fact, not given, so there was a bat involved. Lofts this one, chance for the fielder at long on, and he doesn't make a mistake. Just a second delivery for Abdul Basit Zaki, where he was looking to go downtown. Might have been looking to hit it towards the mid-wicket. Just got it straight enough. Brief stay for Abdul Basit Zaki comes to an end as he walks back after scoring just a run for his team. 2 back-to-back wickets have gone down for NJS. First is for the skipper Saqib Ikhlas, and now Abdul Basit Zaki. coming back to the dugout. NJS are 130 for 2. Munib Javed walks in at number 4, replacing Abdul Basit Zaki. It's a horrible delivery by the right-arm fast bowler, well down the leg side, and luckily the wicket-keeper, although he's wearing a helmet, was able to stop that ball. And it's very surprising to see wicket-keeper wearing a helmet right now, especially when you are standing way back to a fast bowler. Oh, knocks him over. What a beautiful delivery that was. Have a look at that. Stumps being shattered. That middle stump went for the cartwheel. What a turnaround this has been by Dongjin. It was a straighter delivery, just looking to lift it over the bowler's head, missing the line of that ball. That does Munib Javed. And once again, a batter returns to the dugout very early. Goes back without even troubling the scorer, does Munib Javed. It's 131 for 3 and the second wicket in the over for Irfan. The 2 wickets for Irfan in this over. In walks Anas Mustafiz at number 5. In just a matter of 1 over, the game has changed on its head. straight a one. Well defended by Anas Mustafiz, giving respect to the bowler who has already picked up a couple of wickets in this over. It's 131 for 3 after 12 overs. The change in the bowling attack. Talha coming in and replacing Majid. Once again, Saif Chaudhary using his speed, and so far everything is going in his favour. It was missed by the batter. It missed a wicket keeper. Didn't came off the bat, but it's still going to count for NJS. Just get the feelings. Saif Chaudhary need to just stay a bit cautious right now, especially when he has watched 3 wickets going down at the other end. First the skipper, then Abdul Basit and Muneeb Javed lost their wicket in that previous over. Just a couple of overs ago, the captain and Saif Chaudhary were batting so beautifully out there, and all of a sudden DONGJIN, with that brilliant over from Irfan, have just crawled their way back in this game. That run rate is still very healthy for NJS. They are scoring at more than 10 and over. Gets it inside edge. This time gets some bat behind it, and we get a boundary, does Saif. He's not afraid of using his feet and give himself room, does Saif Chaudhary. He's got a slingy action, so he was looking to go towards the leg side, got an inside half of the bat, and it's that pace of that ball that took it to the boundary ropes. Moves on to 95 now, Saif Chaudhary, just one big hit away from what would be the first century of this SSL Season 4. Pulls it, gets it in the gap, mid-wicket running around, but he'll give up. It's another boundary for Saif Chaudhary, not entirely out of the middle of the blade, but such as the threat that he has posed to the opposition. He moves on to 99 now, Saif. Just get the feeling someone needs to remind him that he has lost 3 wickets at the other end, because the way he's playing, it seems like he's not going to take anything into the account, Saif Chaudhary. Just one run away of what would be a wonderful century by the right-hander. He places it on the offside, gets a single, and that's a brilliant knock from Saif Chaudhary. He did not celebrate after getting to his half century because he knew that he wanted to get a big score. He's going to take the helmet off, raise his bat to the dugout, get all the applauses and the appreciation from the man in his teammates. That has been a wonderful knock. 100 of just 41 deliveries, 12 fours and 6 towering sixes by the right-hander. And tell you what, he's got all the time in the world to prolong his innings and get another add few more runs to his tally.
मैचेस होगा ना इसलिए यहाँ से ना मल्टी विंडो एसडीआई पे कन्वर्ट
Flicks it down the leg side. That's Anas Mustafiz. He's going to get a boundary as well. In fact, given his leg buys by the on-field umpire, but he was looking for that little tickle. The ball might not have come off the bat, but it definitely rushed through the pads. And once again, went between the keeper and the fielder at short fine. So the previous over might have been a good one, a decent one for the bowling team where they got a couple of wickets. But once again, this one, it has been leaking runs. Well, Dongjin should brace themselves to chase down a huge target in the second innings because it's 148 on the board already.
इसे इसको उतार सेम वही चीज इसके इधर लगा रहे हो ना उसके
Just opens the face of the bat. That's Anas Mustafi. Sensible batting from the experienced campaigner. He'll retain the strike. Another decent over for NJS. 13 down. It's 149 for 3. It's Irfan who got that couple of wickets and almost got another one over there. It's a slower delivery. The ball just jumping over the stumps. It was almost a similar delivery that got rid of Munib Javed. The only difference was that that ball had pace behind it. This one was an off-cutter. Decent timing, but it's going to go straight towards Farhan Shah at deep mid wicket. 150 up for NJS. Remember, it's just the 14th over of the innings. Effortlessly played towards long off for yet another single by Saif Chaudhary. He's just giving a bit of respect to Irfan because he got a couple of wickets in this previous over, and it's the right way to approach as well because you can obviously look to go after the bowlers at the other end. Hits it cleanly, does Anas Mustafiz. He'll get his first boundary as well. It was pitched up. Irfan was attempting a Yorker, just missed it by a few inches. But nothing wrong about that stroke from Anas Mustafiz. Just drilled it past the bowler. Even the umpire had to take the evasive action of getting away from the line of that stroke, otherwise that would have struck him. Once again, a little tickle, but there wasn't a lot of pace behind that ball, so it just goes towards fine leg, but they'll still get a run. One more ball left in his spell. Irfan, he has done a brilliant job as compared to the other bowlers. 2 for 28 for the fast bowler. Could have come back for the second one, but they'll just be content with that single of the last ball of the over. It's 157 for 3 after 14 overs. It's a left arm seamer who returns to the bowling attack, and Saif Chaudhary welcomes him with another 6 over long gone. It's becoming a part of routine now for Saif Chaudhary. As soon as he sees the ball in his slot, he doesn't even care about getting it for a boundary. In fact, he just looks to get maximum result out of it. It's his 7th 6 of his innings. Once again, the ball has just disappeared behind the side screen, I guess. And that will give time for both these batters to get a breather. And the fielding side to just think what they can do next. It's not a bad effort as far as their bowling is concerned, but such is the quality of Saif Chaudhary that even on a very good day, the bowler can get hit for runs. Amir couldn't pick up a wicket the other day against Parekh Kings, but he was bowling at express pace. I mean, a completely different story here tonight against NJS. Thongs that one, but well, that should have been stopped by the fielder at long on. But when he saw that stroke coming from the middle of the blade and that flat, just get the feeling he'd not even attempt to stop that stroke. 6 and a 4 from Saif. It wasn't far away from that fielder at long on, but in the end he decided to not even attempt to stop that ball. Now he gets it on the offside. It's not going to carry to the fielder at deep point. Farhan Shah gets to the ball. He wants to come back for the second run, and the throw was just not good enough. Had the throw been a little flatter and a little closer to the stumps, would have been a different story, but wow, what a hit that is. It's a similar story of what we saw in the very first ball of the over. On that occasion, the ball was slightly full. It was slightly shorter on this one. Flat bats it, hits it over long on. And once again, it's a similar story. I mean, we have repeated that over and over again. Saif Chaudhary, when he decides to go big, it's just one way the ball travels.
आपने चेक किया कप्तान क्या कर रहे थे आखिरी बॉल उसका
175 it is. It's still a couple of balls left in the 15th over. Powerfully driven, but long off does well. Singles and twos are a rarity when Saif Chaudhary bats. They definitely did not expect this sort of an onslaught, Dongjin. Well, he wanted to scoop that one towards fine leg. Dazanas Mustafiz just missed it altogether. The ball didn't even bound a great deal as well. So 15 done, it's 176 for 3. Change of ends from Majid. Coming back for the other end to bowl his last over. Majid was the one who broke the opening stand when he got rid of the skipper Saqib Ikhlas, and then we saw a couple of wickets going down in quick succession. But then it's all about Saif Chaudhary and his show with the bat. Not only he went past his century, but after that we have seen him hitting 2 big hits in the previous over. He's got 1 boundary so far, Anas Mustafiz. Just trying to hit that a little too hard there, Anas Mustafiz. Will just get a run, but most importantly, it's Saif Chaudhary back on strike. Just faced 49 deliveries for his 122. Just think about the damage he can do if he stays there till the last ball of the innings. Chance for the fielder, but once again the ball just bouncing in front of him. They did not even really attempt to go towards that ball, and a lazy effort from the bowler, and they got 1 more run. Firstly, the fielder did not attempt to take that catch while diving forwards, and then the bowler, not gathering the throw cleanly, allowed Saif to come back for the second run. Well, they had to chase down 145 the other day. They'll have to score a lot more than that tonight in the second innings, does Dongjin. Oh, chance and taken. Well, he middled that, but unfortunately couldn't get it over the fielder at short fine. It was down the leg side. He could have hit that anywhere. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it down, or could not even get it over the fielder's head. And he got it straight down to the throat of that fielder at fine leg. And that brings to an end an entertaining knock. A knock full of boundaries and sixes. And single-handedly, Saif Chaudhary has put his team in the driving seat. He's going to not only get appreciation from his teammates, but all the members of the opposition are congratulating him for a wonderful knock. 124 of just 51 balls tonight for Saif Chaudhary. It's 180 for 4. Umar Chawla at number 6. 2 right-handers at the crease once again for NJS. Majid and the rest of the teammates of Dongjin will be breathing a sigh of relief after the departure of Saif Chaudhary. But what an innings that was from the right-hander. It's 181 for 4 after 16 overs.
किसी को बोल देता है
181 for 4 with 4 overs still left.
डाल के देखे फिर क्या करते रहोगे यार कैसी बात है
We might not see that many boundaries or sixes being hit as they were being hit in the first 16 overs or first 15 overs where Saif Chaudhary was out there, but they will still be eyeing somewhere between 210 220 from where they are right now. NJS, they just need to score a 10 and over to be able to do that. Swing and a miss. It's a huge appeal from the bowler and the keeper. They thought that it was a massive deflection, and the ball just tailed in maybe. Didn't hit the pads because there was a big gap between the ball and the pads. Might have been tailing in, but not given by the umpire in the end. Gets it over short third. Does Anas Mustafiz. The ball will travel past the boundary ropes as well. Once again, is the pace of that ball that took the ball over the boundary ropes. Obviously didn't time it, Anas Mustafiz, but you could see that he was looking to go over extra cover mid-off with the fielder at mid-off up. Slaps it, gets it past mid off. He was trying to do that in the previous delivery as well. The length was slightly shorter, but this time not enough pace and the length from being full. Anas Mustafi just staying low and bisecting that gap between extra cover mid off. It's a shot that he likes to play. And so far he has been able to get 3 boundaries in his innings now. Still no changes in the field for Anas. Hits it straight but won't carry to the fielder at long on. It's Samar Chawla on strike. There's one more ball left in this over, and then there are going to be 3 more overs after this one. He uses his feet, carves that one towards deep backward point. It's Farhan Shah once again out there, and they're going to come back for another couple. 2 runs taken at the last ball of the over. Another expensive over from Tala comes to an end. It's 193 for 4 after 17. एक सौ 93. The first ball of the over. Anas Mustafiz wanted to get it over mid-wicket maybe, but it's not the first time we have seen the stumps being castled. We saw that happening when Munib Javed got dismissed. And now Anas Mustafiz attempting a big stroke on the leg side, missing the line, and it's the fast bowler who disturbed the stumps. 16 is what Anas Mustafiz got today. NJS are 193 for 5. Just got his first wicket now, Zia. In walks the left-hander, Numan Bari. Short of runs of late. Given as a wide, and rightly so. Got an opening stand of 127 today, NJS. Now 193 for 5. They've lost wickets in the middle, but the scoring rate just never dropped down for them. He likes hitting it straight, does Numan Bari, so the bowler will be looking to bowl slightly shorter at that good length, targeting his body or his pads. Just get the feeling it was too close to cut. It's that angle that has troubled him in the past. The right arm fast bowler coming over the wicket, angling across the left hander, because doesn't really like to play that pull stroke often. Numan Bari, he likes hitting it straight, waits for the ball which are in the slot. This one was, luckily, not only did he get an outside edge, but luckily for the fielding side's point of view, the fielder was very fine that a short third. He's yet to concede a run of the bat in this over, Zia. Thrashes it. Oh, puts it down. You can understand it's not an easy time of the year to take those sort of catches, especially when the ball comes from the middle of the blade, but just get the feeling should have been taken at this level. Just looking to be a little too clever there, Umar Chawla. The ball just bouncing over his bat, but what an extraordinary over from Zia. Just a couple of runs and a wicket off it. It's 195 for 5 after 18 overs. Dalhouse changes angle against the left-hander. Still looking to regain his form with the bat. Numan Bari hasn't really been able to get going so far. It's just one run of the 5 balls that he has faced, and even that was a drop chance. It's a similar stroke and a similar result. It's good that he's having a word with Umar Chawla. Umar must be asking him that if it's hard to get a boundary, just get a single and get me on strike. You can still go past 210, 215 from here on. Just need to connect a couple of balls out of the park. Gets it towards the offside, not timed as well, but the fielder slips and he gets a boundary. Is this the sort of luck Numan Bari is looking for? It was a similar delivery which the fast bowler attempted on a couple of occasions. This time got the middle of the blade, but it wasn't far away from that fielder, a deep extra cover. The fielder just slipping it, overrunning it. that allowed the ball to go past the boundary ropes. That was a length delivery and that could have been hit anywhere. Instead, he was eyeing the mid-wicket region. Clever. But there is a fielder at deep third, will just get a run. Once again, Umar Chawla gets strike. The last ball of the over. Last couple of overs have been decent from Dongjin's point of view. They got just a couple of runs, lost a wicket in the previous over, and now just 5 runs of the bat. Could have been even better if the fielder hadn't slipped. Goes for the big hit, Umar Chawla. He gets his first 6 of the innings. And with that, 200 comes up for NJS. It was the last ball of the over. It was on the middle stump, clearing his front leg and hitting it over square leg. Umar Chawla. It was turning out to be a brilliant over from Talha until that last ball that was dispatched for the boundary. In fact, for a 6 by Umar. 19 done, 205 for 5. In fact, 206 for 5. So the fast bowler now bowling the last over of the innings. In fact, Numan Bali will get a boundary. Now that ball almost bounced twice before it reached the batter because it just didn't get up at all. Might have been a slower delivery, or he might have the ball might have slipped out of his hands, but nevertheless it's a boundary of the first ball for NJS as they go past 210. Given as a wide, rightly so. Seems he's not that quick, so he might see the wicketkeeper standing a little closer to the stumps. So third man is up. Numan Badi just playing it with soft hands and getting off strike. Still a huge total for NJS. 212 in any T20 game means it's a mammoth total nevertheless, and they can still get few more. It's another slower delivery, and what a stroke from Umar Chawla. It's going to be a boundary. But once again, to wait for that ball and to play it late and ensuring that he gets it over extra cover. Special effort from Umar Chawla. We really saw his brilliance in the last ball of the previous over where he was able to clear the boundary ropes on the leg side over square leg, and now to a delivery that didn't really have that much pace. He was able to go over extra cover. Uses the speed, just missing it. The wicketkeeper couldn't gather it. Noman Bari deciding not to run for it. I think that was a good decision because Umar is still finding it easier to hit boundaries as compared to his partner. Still a couple of balls remaining in this innings. Decent yoga in the block hole outside the off stump. And although he didn't want to, but now Noman Bari will have to face the last ball of the innings. He's hit a couple of boundaries, still waiting for that big hit. One thing is for sure, he's going to swing down the leg side, straight or on the offside. He decides to go big. It's on the offside. It's in the air. It's not going to carry to the fielder, deep extra cover. And they will easily come back for the second run. So 219 is what NJS CUISINE have managed to get in their 20 overs. A daunting total by NJS CUISINE. Largely because of the efforts of Saif Chaudhary, who scored 124 today while opening the innings. And he was well supported by his skipper, who came out to open the innings. Brilliant batting performance from NJS. 124 by Saif, 28 for the skipper. And cameo towards the end by Anas Mustafiz and Umar Chawla that propelled that score past 219. Akhtar Lala bowling the first over for NJS. We saw a boundary being hit by Farhan Shah, but apart from that, it has been a decent first over from the left arm spinner. They've got a decent bowling attack as well, just like the way we saw them batting in the first innings. 220 is the total, is the target in fact for Dongjin. Firmly struck but nicely fielded on his follow through by the bowler. First over done and dusted. Dongjin in pursuit of 220 are 5 without a wicket. Ali Musa to share the new ball. Starts off with a wide towards the leg side. Well, a very decent bowling attack as well, talking about NJS. So after Lala putting the first over, Ali Musa sharing the new ball along with him. Numan Bari can roll his arm over the left arm orthodox, and you've got Abdullah Nawab and Farooq Zaki as well. A lot of spinners in their bowling attack. Pulls that away towards the leg side. They've got protection out there. Munib Javed will run around towards his right. So Irfan being the most successful bowler in the first innings. The pacer who got a couple of wickets. Ali Musa obviously much quicker than him. This goes for a bouncer and it was very close to the glove. Given as a wide by the umpire. Goes for the slower one, but hits it straight. As Farhan Shah waited for that, it was in the slot. So he just had to make sure that he gets it over the bowler's head, which he did. So change of pace not working for Ali Musa currently. Couple of wides and a boundary. Wanted to pull that. He was backing away from the line of delivery there for Farhan Shah. He wanted to smack it towards the leg side, but it's a couple of times that he has missed an opportunity of getting a boundary for Farhan in this over. Earlier it was given as a wide. This time that was well over the off stump. Now he scoops it. Flat bats it, in fact, goes over fine leg for another 6. Well, he was trying to do that earlier in this over as well, but on that occasion it was given as a wide. This time got a lot of bat behind it, and it's the pace of that ball that took it over the boundary ropes. And we saw a lot of boundaries and 6s being hit in the first 6 overs when Saqib Ikhlas and Saif Chaudhary were batting for NJS. Farhan Shah has the ability to play a similar knock to what Saif Chaudhary did. Now he goes over extra cover. This is a brilliant hit. 1 over fine leg, 1 over extra cover. Farhan Shah right now just dealing in boundaries and 6s. Couple of boundaries and couple of 6s now so far in his knock. Pace on might not be a good option on this pitch. It looks flat. It looks absolutely belter for batting. Abdul Basit Zaki straight away came forward to have a word with the bowler. Must be asking him to make sure that you bowl length and you don't offer that much pace. Even Numan Bari is now having a word with him. You know how much damage Farhan Shah can do if he gets going. So it's important that they get him out as early as possible. It's another short delivery that has been hit flat. Just one bounce into the boundary ropes. But what a brilliant over this is for Dongjin. They might have got just first 5 runs in the very first over, but have managed to score 23 of this one. 2 overs done. Dongjin are 28 for no loss. So 28 for no loss after first couple of overs. Akhtar Lala to continue. Just get the feeling this match is going to be much more interesting than we thought earlier. Once the first innings got over. Got a lot of spin options tonight. NJS. At least 3 left-arm orthodox, and you've got Umar Chawla as well as a leg spinner. Saqib Ikhlas can bowl off spinners as well. Nicely middled, but it will just be a run towards long on. There's no doubt about that. Farhan Shah holds the key in this run chase for Dongjin. Goes hit big, hits it flat, and wow, what a big hit that was. We saw a lot of sixes being hit in the first innings when Saif Chaudhary was batting, and now Farhan Shah living up to his reputation. Couple of sixes in the previous over, and now one over the bowler's head and over long off in this one. It's a very good batting pitch, that's for sure. There's hardly anything for the fast bowlers or the spinners unless and until you can just deceive the batter with the lack of pace, or if you can bowl right in the block hole. Otherwise, the length delivery or anything in the slot or anything that is slightly short will vanish. Now he gets it behind square on the leg side. This is excellent batting from Farhan. He knew that Akhtar would be pushing it slightly quicker. He did it. Just covered the stumps and got it past square leg and fine leg. When you're chasing down 220, it's important that one of the batters get a big score. Seems like it's going to be Farhan Shah today for Dongjin. Unless and until the bowlers get him out now. Rare dot delivery so far in this innings. 3 overs done. Dongjin are 39 for no loss. The change in the bowling attack straight away. Ali Musa being replaced by Wasim Ali, but even he's being treated in a similar fashion to which Ali Musa did. First ball hit away towards the leg side for yet another boundary, and no surprises, it's Farhan Shah who is so far done all the damage in this innings. He bats the same way. You just get the feeling they will definitely get closer to the target of 220 and might even get over the line if Farhan Shah gets a big score for himself. And he gets some support from the other end. It's another big shot attempted. Now it's an opportunity. And Umar Chawla won't miss it. Couldn't have asked for a safer fielder than Umar Chawla to take that one, which he did. Farhan Shah will... He had already got a boundary in this over. Wants to go up for another one. Unfortunately, mistimes it. It went miles up in the air, and Umar Chawla standing comfortably in the needed took it easily in the end. So Wasim Ali being introduced and straight away breaks this opening partnership. Farhan Shah, the man dismissed. It's 44 for 1. So Wasim Ali straight away strikes in his very first over, sends back Farhan Shah. In walks Tahir at number 3. Just a little glance towards fine leg. Saqib Ikhlas, the skipper, is after it. He'll just be able to kick the ball back into the playing field. Tahir will return for the second run he was after. They need to ensure that the momentum still stays with the batting team and they continue to play the way they have in the first 4 overs. Because if they're going to slow down right now, or if they're going to lose more wickets, NJS will be on top of the game. Softly played towards square leg, picks up another single. Good over from Wasim Ali. 8 runs and a big wicket of Farhan Shah. 4 overs done. It's 47 for 1. Continuing with his third over, Akhtar Lala. The boundaries needs to come at regular intervals for Dongjin if they want to get closer to the total, which is not going to be easy. 220. Doesn't really get chased down that often, no matter how good the pitch is. 11 and over right from the start till the end is not an easy task when you've got a side who is has got some really good bowlers. A lot of spin options. Wasim Ali picking up a wicket in his first over. Then there is Numan Bari, Umar Chawla, Farooq Zaki. I mean, just name them, then they've got all the variety up their sleeve. And that was an arm delivery. You could see that ball curling in the air and coming back into the right hander. He was very lucky that it missed the off stump. Similar delivery, but this time got some bat behind it. Still couldn't get it in the gap. 4 dot deliveries now on the trot from Akhtar Lala. This is good stuff. Not bowling that quick, and he's not even that slow. His deliveries start around that off-stump channel and they come back in. There's not a lot of room for the right-handers to work with. Similar delivery. Wow, what an over this was. While defending 220, Akhtar Lala has been able to bowl a maiden in the power play. After 5, the score remains on 47 for 1. So both left arm spinners operating from each end. Fakhtar Lala from one and Wasim Ali from the other. Last couple of overs have been brilliant for NJS. We saw Farhan Shah losing his wicket and then Akhtar Lala managing to bowl a maiden. That's a good hit. It's in the air. It's in the gap. Munib Javed is running towards his left, but the ball has been timed well enough that it's going to go and roll past the boundary ropes and will go towards the parking lot. 50 comes up for Dongjin. Standing tall and making sure that he gets it over mid-wicket easily, does Ahmed. It's his first boundary of the innings. Remember, he came out to open the innings along with Farhan Shah. It was Farhan who was running away with the show in the first 4 overs. Then he lost his wicket. Hasn't really had much of the strike so far. Doesn't really turn the ball a great deal, but he's usually creates different angles, Wasim Ali, especially when he's coming wider of the crease. That's the angle we are talking about. Comes wider, bowls it slower. Not that easy to hit him away for runs. The scoring rate is pretty okay if you talk about their run rate. They are almost going at 10 and over. Dongjin. Ideally would have loved Farhan Shah to stay for a little longer. The remaining batters need to step up as well. Hasn't really scored a run of the last 7 deliveries now, Tahir. Goes for the sweep shot. Now hits it flat and Munib Javed will just watch it go over his head. After 7 consecutive dot deliveries, he has been able to hit that one out of the middle of his blade, and not just from the middle, but it goes over the boundary ropes as well. So batting power play ends in the best way possible for Dongjin. A 6 of the last ball means after 6 they are 58 for 1. .58 for 1. Time for another change in the bowling attack after Lala being replaced by another left-arm orthodox, Farooq Zaki. Pretty sure the remaining overs are going to be bowled by the spinners. The way after Lala and Wasim Ali were able to control the flow of runs. Hits it nicely, but field is wide open now since the first 6 overs are over. Played an excellent stroke on the last ball of the previous over. And tell you what, Ali Musa did the right thing by trying to throw at the non-strikers, and he thought that the batter might be looking for that second run. Tahir had to come back. Had that been a direct hit, he would have continued running, but towards the dugout. Bit of movement near the side screen, and I don't think the batter is liking that. He has just asked those couple of men to move towards their right. Farooq Zaki, meanwhile, is still busy rubbing his hand. Made a good sound of the bat, but two fielders are very close to each other on the leg side. You got Akhtar Lala deep in wicket and Saif Chaudhary standing at long on. It's a very difficult area to get boundaries towards. No boundary so far in this over from Farooq Zaki. And it's going to stay that way. A dot ball it is to end the over. Just 4 singles in that over from Farooq. 7 overs completed. Dongjin are 62 for 1. Double bowling change. Wasim Ali, the only wicket taker so far, being replaced by Abdullah Nawab. Had a pretty decent outing yesterday, but it was the other tournament against the other opposition, much weaker than Dongjin. It's got that lovely wrong in Abdullah Nawab, especially when he bowls that with a flatter trajectory. Skids on, stays low, and he target the pads and the stumps with that ball. He's looked to play everything on the offside so far, Tahir. Apart from that one big shot that he managed to get it over mid-wicket, that slog sweep that earned him 6 runs. That's the delivery we were talking about that just comes back in. As a right-hander, you always play him as a leg spinner and wait for the ball to turn away from you, but Abdullah Nawab is a very clever operator. Played a lot of T20 cricket. Hitting the back leg, but it was angling down the leg side. Abdul Basit Zaki will look to throw at the non-striker's end, which he did, but by that time Ahmed was well inside the crease, and the umpire gave it as a leg bye. He's still searching for the patch in the stumps. Abdullah Nawab. It's a good over. Good start by the spinner. 8 overs done. Dongjin are 64 for 1. Clean strike over the bowler's head. Used his height to good effect there, Ahmed. It was slightly short, not a lot of pace on that one from Farooq Zaki. He might not have shown his intention in the previous over against the left-arm spinner, but this time he was waiting for that delivery. Similar delivery, might get a similar result. This time Akhtar Lala won't be able to cut that one off. They're still battling hard. They're still looking to push the scoring rate. Dongjin. Current run rate just under 9 and over. They have to ensure that they get a couple of boundaries at least every over, or at least a 6 and a boundary. After Lala will be seen in action. This time the ball will go straight to him. He might have lost Farhan Shah, but both these batters are ensuring that they don't lose further wickets, and in the process they get those boundaries as well. It's a strong offside play at Tahir. Everything that has been on the off stump or even on the middle stump channel, he has looked to push it on the offside. He goes over mid-wicket. Akhtar Lala pushing himself back, but he'll continue going back, as he'll have to fetch the ball from outside the boundary ropes. It's a good over for Dongjin. Couple of boundaries and now a big hit from Ahmed. He's keep on bowling at that length and Ahmed likes it. Hasn't really faced much difficulties tonight, Ahmed. Well, it's that sort of a pitch. No other batter has really found it difficult. Been easy to score boundaries on. And take your risk. You can trust the pitch. You can trust the bounce. Gets it in the gap. Brilliant placement and timing. Farouk Zaki's just pushed it a little too wide outside the off stump, and as if Ahmed was waiting for that. Without even using his feet, he just threw his hands at it. Found the gap between those two fielders. Ali Musa and the skipper was standing at extra cover and short third respectively, and he was able to hit them right in the center. 3 boundaries and a 6 in that over, all coming from the bat of Ahmed. 8 overs, in fact 9 overs done. They are 84 for 1. First it was Farhan Shah, and now we are witnessing Ahmed opening up his shoulders a bit, especially in the last couple of overs. He goes straight and flat and long. That ball lands right at the base of the side screen as Ahmed collects another 6. It's been that sort of pitch here tonight. None of the spinners, the left arm spinners or even the light arm leg spinners have not been able to get any purchase or turn of the strike. And all the batters who have been able to bat on this pitch have been able to capitalize on it. It's important that boundaries come from both ends. Ahmed has been the aggressor in this partnership, whereas Tahir is just dealing in singles. That was a good stroke. It was off the back foot. That was coming into him. He was still being able to push it past the skipper at extra cover and had enough timing behind it. For a moment we thought that the fielder at deep cover will be able to get closer to that, but in the end the ball just kept running away from him. Gets it in the air and taken. It's Farouk Zaki who takes a good catch running towards his left. Tahir, who was looking to get everything on the offside, this time just couldn't keep the ball down. It stayed in the air. And Abdullah Nawab might have got some treatment earlier in this over, but he comes back and gets a wicket. Sohail Tahir, who came out to bat at number 3, walks back after scoring 18. Dongjin are 96 for 2. Yeah, walks in at number 4 and straight away gets off the mark with a single. Yes, they have lost a couple of wickets, but they are still going at a decent run rate. Dongjin, 10 overs done. It's 97 for 2 with 123 needed in the last 10 overs. Since Farooq Zaki was proving to be a little expensive, now Faizan Shoaib has been given the ball. .123 in 60 deliveries is not that difficult to chase, but they're going to keep on losing wickets, and Faizan Shoaib will keep on bowling balls deliveries like that. Can get a little difficult for Dongjin. Remember, it's the second match of the tournament. Chase down 145 with no problem whatsoever, but 220 is a lot to ask for. Nicely played. Just using the pace and the angle that Faizan was trying to create. Just before that delivery, it was the skipper who came in from short third and stood at first slip. And Zia might have spotted that. Was sure it was wide, just opens the face of the blade and got it past Ali Musa at backward point. 100 also comes up for Dongjin with that boundary. Bit of a fumble, but still couldn't get that single. Straight edge delivery that was hit away towards fine leg. Plenty of spin options available for NJS. We haven't really seen the likes of Umar Chawla as of yet, the leg spinner. Not sure whether he'll be required at this stage because 9 overs are left after this one. Gets a quick single towards long off. So 11 overs done. Dongjin at 103 for 2. Change of ends for Abdullah Nawab. And he gets a wicket straight away. Straight a delivery from the spinner. Ahmed, who was looking in pretty decent touch with the bat. Just missing it altogether. And once again, we are witnessing a passage of play where the side has lost a couple of wickets in quick succession. Afaq Ahmed walks back after scoring 37. Dongjin loses their third. They are 103 for 3. Sunny comes in at number 5. The credit should be given to the way the spinners have bowled for NJS. Abdullah Nawab has now got a couple of wickets. Almost got another one there. It's the delivery that comes back in and brings those stumps into play. And NJS will be breathing a sigh of relief as they got rid of Ahmed earlier in this over. Farhan and Ahmed were the one who could have done a lot of damage. But both of them have now been dismissed. A bit of a fumble, otherwise could have been tight. Farooq Zaki just diving all over the ball. These are the high-scoring matches you expect at this venue. Pitches are ideal for batting. It's a lush, quick outfield. Even if they don't get closer to the total, they will still go past 180. The way they have batted right now. Another single towards the offside for Sunny. Was in the air for a little while, but well in front of Anas Mustafiz at deep backward square leg. Quiet over from Abdullah Nawab comes to an end, but he got that wicket of Abdul Ahmed in it. After 12, Dongjin are 107 for 3. They still need 113 more to win. एक सौ सात. First ball of the over goes for a 6 on the onside. This might go for 4. It does go for 4. The captain has already given up. Seems like they're going to give all the respect to Abdullah Nawab and will charge against the bowler from the other end. We saw that happening to Farooq Zaki and similar treatment being done with Fazan Shoaib as well. But going down the leg side, sweeping it fine, and no chance for Saqib Ikhlas at fine leg. I've seen funny things happening in T20 cricket. Anything can happen. A magical knock from here on and they can still go past that total of 220. Dongjin just need a couple of big overs where they can get more than 15 and you'll see the legs of NJS started shaking. He's up the scoring rate a bit, Zia, since his arrival at the crease. Nicely struck. Excellent timing. Hassan Shoaib is just trying to keep it as outside the off stump as possible, but little does he realize that he just plays it in the hand of the opposition. They are waiting for those deliveries so that they can open up their shoulders, and so far they have been able to do that thrice in this over. 6 and couple of boundaries, which makes it 15 of the over already, with a couple of balls left. Gets it towards Umar Chawla at extra cover and will get another single. Goes for another big hit. It's not going to carry to deep mid wicket. Most importantly, they get that single of the last ball of the over, and he'll retain the strike. Zia, good over from the batting side's point of view. After 13, they are 124 for 3. Chance of a run out, and it's going to be a run out. Was there need to take that single, especially when the ball went straight to that field at extra cover? It was a good gather, good throw, an underarm throw from Umar Chawla. Noman Bari gathering it and making a mess of that stumps. They needed a partnership. They had a brilliant previous over, but unfortunately they lost another one courtesy of a run out. There's Dongjin. 4th wicket has now gone down. It's 124 for 4. This might have been another opportunity there at the non-striker's end, but I don't think he saw there was a fielder backing up. In fact, Umar Shavla was there, so he could have easily afforded to throw at the stumps. And if he would have hit it, it would have been Zia walking back. One thing is for sure, this match is still not over, folks. They still got 95 more to win. 6 wickets in hand. Another opportunity, but didn't gather that throw on that occasion. Numan Bari. Now they're going to come back for an easy couple. Really shouldn't relax at this stage, NJS, because you never know. Two good overs, and Dongjin will be right back in it. They're still in the game as far as the current run rate is concerned, which is almost 9.5. Gives himself a bit of room, but now a bit of a misfield from Akhtar Lala, and they're going to come back for 2. Last couple of fielding efforts have been very lazy, very lethargic from NJS.
और कितना टारगेट मिला? वो डिफेंड नहीं कर पाया वो लोग. Wicket सही था आज.
Once again, the similar stroke. Another misfield from Akhtar Lala, but this time they'll just be content with that single. Especially after losing a wicket of the run out in the very first ball of the over.
कैसे हम लोगों ने फंसाया? हमारी बॉलिंग तुम लोगों से बहुत टीम भी कमजोर थी, बॉलिंग भी. उसको तरीके से इस्तेमाल किया उन लोगों ने से.
NJS needed an over like this, where not a lot of runs were scored and they didn't get hit for a boundary. Swoops it towards Wasim Ali, who is stationed at deep mid wicket. It's a good over from Numan. Just 7 runs off it. After 14, it's 131 for 4. Wasim Ali returns to the bowling mark. It's an opportunity for Akhtar Lala, and he brings all his experience to take that catch. He got the first wicket, the big wicket of Farhan Shah. He returns in his second spell, does Wasim Ali, and he gets a big fish once again. It's Zia, who was finding it easier to hit boundaries on this pitch. Unfortunately, will have to walk back to the dugout after scoring just 22. Dongjin have now lost their 5th. They are 131 for 5. Danish walks in at number 7 and he straight away gets off the mark with a single. 6 in fact. One thing is for sure, it's big hits like this that they can get closer to that total. Otherwise, we might see NJS winning the first match for them in this tournament. It was pitched up and he just got it over long gone. Wanted to go for another one. This time gets a bit of an inside edge. There is no one at fine leg. It's slowing down a bit and it just goes past the boundary ropes. Good start by Danish. Although the 6 came from the middle of the bat, but this time it was a fortunate boundary for the right-hander. Bit of a top edge. Now there is no one at short third. Ali Musa from backward point running towards the ball. Danish will get another single, but he'll continue playing this way. Does Danish? Better delivery from Wasim Ali. Slightly fuller and much straighter. Two relatively newer batter at the crease. MS has just faced 4 deliveries, whereas Danish, the skipper, has just faced 3. So they've done a decent job with the ball, NJS. Obviously, it's the scoreboard pressure that is telling on the faces of Dongjin. And that delivery just did not rise at all. We have seen that happening on a couple of occasions in this match. But a good over from Wasim Ali. A wicket. It's 142 for 5 after 15. Has been his night tonight. Abdullah Nawab returns for another spell and straight away gets another wicket. Well done is the mood with which he was batting. He was looking to go for another big shot. Almost yorked himself over there. Was in the block hole, just kissing the off stump as Abdullah Nawab picks up his 3rd of the night. Anish Munir walks back after scoring 11, a 6 and a boundary in his little cameo. Dongjin are now 6 down, 142. See a couple of outstanding performances from NJS in tonight's match. First, the big century that Saif Chaudhary got while opening the innings. And then Abdullah Nawab, on a day where all of the bowlers have been hit for runs, has now picked up 3 wickets. He's into his 4th over, has just given away 19. Operates very miserly. Abdullah Nawab gets through his overs without getting hit for many runs. We have seen a similar pattern. Almost got another one there. That ball had straightened up a bit. Somehow managed to get some bat behind it and nicely stalled by Noman Bari at mid-wicket. Two more balls left in the spell of Abdullah Nawab. Can he get one more or at least 2? Comes down the pitch. Wow. That would have hit him. And that would have hurt Chawla for sure, because that was absolutely creamed by the right-hander. Came down the pitch, got closer to the pitch of that delivery, but was wonderfully stopped by Umar Chawla at extra cover. But what an over this is turning out to be from Abdullah Nawab. A couple of runs, a wicket. Not just this over, but the entire spell from the spinner has been the highlight of this innings so far. None of the batter has been able to get a big score today for Dongjin, and that is the primary reason why they won't get closer to the target. He'll just get a run and NJS will be very satisfied with that. 3 for 22 for Abdullah Nawab today. It's up 146 for 6 after 16 overs. .74 needed in the last 4 overs. And we're going to witness once again some left arm spin from Akhtar Lala. I've got so many spin options. I mean, there are at least 3 left, in fact 4 left arm spinners bowling today. 5 in fact. Can't call it an opportunity because it's going to land between long on and deep mid wicket. Things have definitely gone quiet now at both ends. Dongjin, they've lost 6 wickets. Not really sure whether they've got enough batting strength remaining to chase down these remaining runs. Once again tries to hit it flat, but Wasim Ali positioned perfectly at long on. Akhtar started off well with the new ball, where he delivered a maiden as well during the power play. Comes down the pitch, hits it over extra cover, will get a boundary. It's that boundary that might not hurt NJS at this equation of the game. Slightly quicker after Lala, because obviously after being hit for a boundary of the previous ball, he was hoping that he can just ball quick and target the stumps. It's a big hit. Mid wicket. Well, he just let that go out of his reach. Boundary given by the on-field umpire, so that means there was an opportunity for him to move a little quicker and attempt that catch. Unfortunately, couldn't. So 2 boundaries now in the over. 17 overs done. It's 157 for 6. It's time for Farooq Zaki with his left arm spinners. It's going to be another fortunate boundary for Dongjin. Looking to force that ball away on the offside, swinging it a little too hard. That's the right-hander, but still get the result he was after. A boundary at the start of the over, and Farooq Zaki, well, turning out to be his night tonight. Been at the receiving end from the batters. It's his 3rd over. He's gone for 28. Still searching for his first wicket. Well, they'll at least hope that if they can not go near to the total, that at least make sure that they don't fall well behind and their net run rate gets affected. Comes down the pitch. Now that is a big hit. In fact, it's a huge one. I'm pretty sure the umpires would have to get another ball because that landed on the roof, well over the side screen. Farooq Zaki could not have presented a better gift than that. A loopy delivery outside the off stump, that too in the slot. Ahmed coming down the pitch, the full swing of his blade, and tell you what, it wasn't a small stick. That would have been a big hit on any ground. They needed 63 at the start of the over. Now they need 52. Creates a bit of room for himself, gets it over extra cover. This will be a boundary. He has still not given up, Ahmed. Not yet. Farooq Zaki just running out of options, it seems. He has pitched it up. He has gone for a 6. He has dropped it slightly shorter and a little wider. He's gone hit for a boundary over extra cover. Next 2 balls are going to be really crucial for NJS and Dongjin. He comes down the pitch, and this time it's Abdul Basit Zaki who completes the job behind the stumps. Farooq Zaki might have anticipated the batter to come down the pitch, so he dropped it shorter, bowled it flatter. It stayed a little low, and Abdul Basit Zaki is a safe man behind the wickets. The glove man doing the job in the end for Farooq Zaki so that he could pick up his first wicket. Dongjin lose their 7th. Ahmed walks back. It's 172 for 7. So 48 needed of 13 deliveries. Farooq Zaki just getting his first wicket of the game. Again gets the other one of the very next ball. It's a similar delivery, much straighter on that occasion. The batter looking to pull it, and he loses the line of that delivery as Farooq Zaki disturbed the stumps. So that was turning out to be a very expensive spell, but he's looking to finish off with some wickets under his belt. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Farooq Zaki. It's 172 for 6 after 18. 172 for 8 after 18. Seems like the defending champions are going to start off their campaign with a big victory against Dongjin in their first match. Overall, it's a third match of SSL Season 4. Wasim Ali returns the bowling mark to bowl one last time tonight. He was the one who got that big fish, Farhan Shah, and then got Z in this previous over. He's got one left. Couple of wickets for the experienced left-arm spinner. Pulls it flat and thickish edge that runs down towards the boundary at third man. Seen that happening a lot of time here today. The batter trying to slash hard, no one at short third man. But even if there was, it was much squarer. There was no chance for him to cut that one off. So a boundary it is to start the over. Now that means they need 44 of 11 deliveries. A boundary, every ball is required at least. The required run rate has shot up to 24. Won't be a oh, it's a boundary. Now how did that ball go past that fielder at long on? It was hit well, all right, but the fielder got there and should have stopped it and should have reduced that one to a single. There you see, it was Akhtar Lala who was there, and the ball just hitting his hands and going between the legs. That's the dot delivery they were looking for. Couple of more and then they'll be breathing a sigh of relief, NJS, because technically it's going to be impossible for Dongjin to chase down those runs. Oh, that's a big hit. That is a huge hit. In fact, it's a sensational hit. A lot of height and enough distance to go over the boundary ropes. Wasim Ali bowled generally well in his first 3 overs, but now a couple of boundaries and a 6. That means they're still in contention. Dongjin. That was a special hit. Look at how far that ball went. Oh, it's another swing and a miss. It was much lower through the air, but just missing the leg stump. Good comeback from Wasim Ali. Can he get one more big shot coming? Irfan hits it past the bowler, but definitely hit his right hand because he was attempting a catch in his follow through. Does Wasim Ali, but it's going to be just a single. So 33 more needed in the last over, as after 19, Dongjin are 187 for 8. With 33 to win in the last over, we're going to witness another change in the bowling attack since Abdullah Nawab was done with his spell. It's going to be Numan Bari. Another left arm spin option. They've got left arm spin options in wholesale, it seems. No, it's not going to carry to Akhtar Lala. Deep extra cover. They look to come back for the second run. It's an opportunity of a run out. It is a run out. It was a good flat throw at the striker's end. They knew that the danger man was running towards the wicket keeper, so they had to throw at his end. And Abdul Basit Zaki wasted. So 32 more needed the last 5 balls. So even 5 sixes from here on will not be enough for Dongjin, unless and until we see a no ball or a wide being bowled by Numan Bari. Changing the field now since the left-hander has walked in. The last man standing for Dongjin. And as we expected, they might not go over the line, but they're still going to go past 180, which they have, reducing the margin of defeat. Dongjin goes over extra cover. Does Amir. He's going to get a boundary. Numan Bari flighting it up. Pitching it up as well. Tahir making full use of that. Still adjusting the field, the captain and the wicket keeper. Abdul Basit Zaki equally involved as a skipper. Now that has gone a lot of height. There is a fielder, Akhtar Lala. Will he be able to take it? He does take it. First caused a run out earlier in this over and now has taken a really good catch to wrap up this innings of Dongjin, who have been bundled out for 192 in pursuit of 220. And NJS CUISINE, the defending champions of Shaikhani Super League, kick off their campaign on a winning note. They win this comfortably by 27 runs. You expect the side to score 219 in the first innings to obviously win the match, but a good fight back by Dongjin. They got a big innings and this run chase, you never know, they could have got even more close or might have gone over the line as well, but falling short by 27 in the end.